Hey, Ariana. So, why don't you give us a little bit of your background? So, your first marathon was with Team in Training. What year was that?
2008.
2008. That's only that's less than two. That's 2 years ago, and it was here.
Yes, it was here. And it was long. It was my first marathon. It was long.
And had you been doing much running before that?
No, you know, I was a jogger, worked out at the gym, like 10-minute miles, and you know, just I enjoyed it, but I didn't really know what running a marathon would entail. So it was a good wake-up call.
No really major sports background, any sports in college?
No, I was in ballet in high school, so that was about it. But
how old are you?
How old am I now?
Yes.
30 years old.
30 years old. So your first one was at 28.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yes.
And what was your time on that first one?
4 hours and 36 minutes. Did a lot of walking. I did a lot of crying. It was a very painful experience, but I crossed the finish line. I said, I can't wait to do my next one. And I did my next one in June, that following June.
And what race was that one?
The Rock and Roll San Diego. Did that.
And what was your time there?
4:11.
So improvement. But then you went to rocket stardom. Okay,
yeah.
So tell us what happened next.
You know, I started reading some books about marathoning, and it kind of ramped up my training a little bit. Went to like 50 miles a week, and then I ran Tucson that following December and qualified for Boston. So that was huge for me. I mean, I never dreamed I could do that. So that was a big accomplishment.
And what was your time for that when you qualified for Boston?
I qualified at Tucson in 3 hours and 32 minutes, and then I ran Boston in April in 3 hours and 28 minutes.
So that was about a year and a few months after your first marathon, then, right?
Yes.
And you work full time, don't you? What do you do?
I work full time. I teach first grade. Right now, I had 5 kids out of my classroom today with all kinds of sickness, so I'm just trying to stay healthy until Sunday. Last year when I ran Boston, I ended up getting the flu, so I'm hoping that this weekend I'm immune.
And so then, when you started getting faster, so then what was your next one?
After Boston, I ran Rock and Roll San Diego again. That race holds a special place in my heart. My husband and I got engaged after the first time I ran it. So,
get in the picture here.
So we love that race. That's where he qualified for Boston last year at that race also. So, and then after that, I started ramping up my mileage a little more on my own. I think I was up to like 100 miles a week, 80 to 100, and you know, I did that by myself. And I thought, well, if I can break 3 hours at the Tucson Marathon, I'm gonna hire a coach and see if I can get faster. And so I ran a 2:58.54, so down to the wire at Tucson last year.
So that was 2009?
2009, and so I hooked up with my coach John Reich, and I run with the Banditos now, and he's just been amazing and has helped me lower all my times and all my distances. So it's been a really fun ride so far.
Excellent. That's so great. What did you do? What races did you run in 2010?
In 2010, I ran Boston last year.
And sick. You were sick when you did that.
I was sick, and I managed to pull out 2:54.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I had 2 bathroom stops. I was throwing up the night before. It was just crazy. And then I did Chicago. I had a great training cycle over the summer. Had an awesome PR and a half marathon. I was just so ready for Chicago to, you know, I was looking to run at 2:42, and the day collapsed on me, and that happens. And you know, I took a week to mourn it, and then it just, you know, I was ready for my next one. I was ready to go again. You know, Chicago is still really fresh in my mind, so I know now I think I'm a lot more mentally tough. I'm expecting the hurt. I'm going to be ready for it, and I know it's just going to be my weekend on Sunday. I'm excited.
And what do you think? What's your expectations? What do you think you're going to do?
You know, I'd like to run. I've been visualizing at 2:44, so that's my goal. It's a 6:17 pace. But you know, truly just under 2:46 is my goal. I want a PR. I want to, you know, and if I don't hit that 2:46, I know I'm going to go out there and do my best. That's what's important.
Ariana, thank you
very,
very,
so
very
much.
much.
It was so great to meet you in
It was a
person.
pleasure to meet you. That's so fun.